Thank you and welcome to Tuesday's Look North.
Tonight the row over Leeds' trolleybus scheme. It's supposed to get more people using public transport, but will it actually add to traffic jams?
You'd expect to see a transport proposal that's about saving journey time, reducing admissions, reducing congestion, whereas here you see evidence that perhaps that's not quite the case.
Also on tonight's programme, how's this for a bird's eye view? Spectacular images of the snow captured from a flying machine high above the Peak District.
And a Caribbean break for just £25. A Doncaster hotel is named one of the best in the world for value.
A lovely snowy view from Oliver's Mount looking across Scarborough earlier today. A cold one tonight, temperatures as low as -10 in places. Your detailed forecast coming up shortly.
First tonight, two claims that Yorkshire's biggest public transport scheme in years may not make any difference at all to traffic congestion and could actually increase delays on the roads. Supporters of the Leeds trolleybus say it's essential for the region's economy, but Look North has learned that opposition is now emerging. Harry.
Krista, thank you. The trolleybus was given the go-ahead, of course, by the coalition last year, and it should open then. 2018, cost £250 million and will be around 10 miles long. It'll run from Holt Park in North Leeds through Headingley, the city centre, and out to a park and ride site near the M621 at Sturton. But will it make commuters' trips to work any easier? Here's Spencer Stokes.
Leeds has some of the worst traffic congestion in the country. For years it fought for a modern, rapid transport system, and last year the government gave Metro's £250 million trolleybus scheme, known as New Generation Transport, the go-ahead. Trolleybuses are powered by overhead wires like trams, but run on rubber wheels like buses. When it opens in 2018, it'll be the first system in the country and is supposed to ease delays. But opponents say Metro's own documents show overall congestion for cars on the route could rise.
Seems a bizarre thing to include. You don't expect to see that. You'd expect to see a transport proposal that's about saving journey time, reducing admissions, reducing congestion, whereas here you see evidence that perhaps that's not quite the case.
Trolleybus has been called a congestion-busting system. Metro's own website refers to it as such, but it seems the benefit will only be for trolleybus users, not car drivers. For Metro, it's a fine balancing act. What they want the trolleybus to do is encourage people to leave their cars at home. What they don't want it to do is then reduce traffic congestion to a point where people are tempted to return to their vehicles. So they're offering a clean, modern electric transport system that has benefits for the people who use it, but fewer benefits for the people who don't.
Well, the work we've done to date shows that there could be very small disadvantages to cars as a result of implementing the scheme. But we are doing more work at the moment with the highway authorities and with the people who run the signals to work out how we can smooth that out and to make it broadly neutral for car drivers.
Those details are still being finalised, and people who live near the route are being invited to have their say at consultation sessions. A public inquiry is planned for later this year, but it's already clear the trolleybus isn't the silver bullet that will clear cars from Headingley's congested roads.
Well, Spencer's now in Leeds City Centre for us, and the question, I suppose, Spencer, is there are claims then that the trolleybus isn't going to make things any easier for drivers who want to get into the centre of Leeds?
Yes, this is Leeds City Centre, where the bulk of those commuters are heading to workplaces when they come down the route of the planned trolleybus. Many of those drivers may had hoped that once the system was up and running, their drive in a morning would be a little bit easier. But from what Metro have been saying today, it seems that won't be the case. Congestion will remain broadly the same, or could even be a little bit worse. And that's because Metro is in the business of delivering a public transport network, a public transport system, and not necessarily in the business of making things easier for private motorists. So what effect have light rapid transport systems had in other cities that have built them? In Sheffield, for example, well, their Supertram system opened in the early 90s, and they've been telling us today that they believe it has reduced the potential number of drivers in the city. I think 5 years out from the delivery of the trolleybus system here in Leeds, it's still difficult to know exactly what impact it will have on motorists. And of course, the final impact will be down to the state of the economy at the time and how many people are driving to jobs, to workplaces here in Leeds city centre. What we also know is that this public inquiry will take place later this year. If that hurdle is cleared, then the building work will get underway in 3 years' time, and we could have trolleybuses operating in the streets behind me in around 5 years from now.
Spencer, thank you.